One of the simple truths of relationship that is really undeniable if you really look deeply is that whatever your shit is, whatever your unresolved emotional baggage is, your unresolved traumas, your relationship traumas, everything really from that whole first part of your life, most formative years being up through your mid 20s, it all stays with you and shows up in your relationships more than anywhere else in your life. And it's not a sign of a bad relationship or a problematic relationship if things are coming up, but it's something to pay attention to. And there's no escaping it. No one escapes this pattern of relationships repeating something. Either you keep on having the same relationships with the same types of people over and over again, even when you're trying to choose a different situation or a different kind of person, they end up being similar in some way. The dynamics are the same, the personality traits are the same, the unconscious triggers are the same. It's not a mystery, you know, and we're all in the same boat. So there's no one more stubborn than me, so I'm not judging anyone when I say this, but you got to come out of your denial. When you're in a relationship and you start to see uncomfortable things happening, you have to decide between two things. Either you've chosen or allowed yourself to be with a person that is truly not a match for you, not good for you, or destructive or abusive towards you, in which case I would recommend you leave. Don't try to fix the person. Don't try to get them to sober up or change their ways. I mean, maybe one chance if things aren't too severe, but that's it. You're not there to rescue people. Even if you tried, you'd probably waste years of your life trying to help someone that can't be helped. People have to help themselves. So that's one option. If you can determine that, the other option is to go, hey, this person is someone I care about, someone I want to be with, but it's triggering something in me. And whatever it is they're triggering is something that's going to be there for you to deal with, whether they're with you or not. They're just going to accelerate the learning. They're going to bring it to the surface. They're going to accelerate your process of dealing with your emotional stuff. And that's a good thing. That's a potentially good thing, but it's uncomfortable, because if you have to really look inward deeply at yourself, you're going to have to reckon with some stuff. And honestly, trying to just deal with everything in the present, it's fine. It's great. Couples therapy, all of that, change the behaviors, speak to each other more honestly, directly, assert yourself. All that is important and it's great. But if that's all you're doing and you've got some stuff in your background, stuff in your past that hasn't really been fully dug into and released. I don't mean talked about, I mean released, neutralized, emptied out. Memories that haunt you, memories that cause you pain, times where you growing up with your family where you felt strong negative emotion, where you felt overwhelmed or attacked or invalidated or abandoned, abused, whatever, complicated family dynamics that stay with you, things that you still have emotions about. That's the source material. That's the stuff. You can't run away from it. And you can't run away from it by finding a better person who's not going to trigger anything. Every person is going to trigger something for you until you deal with your stuff. And That's the denial you have to come out of if you really want things to change. And then you have to realize that there's ways to do that. And I swear to you, it is not just by talking about it. Until I had techniques to actually help them go deeper, that's about as far as it would go, you know? So I'm just grateful that in the last 20 years, I've had tools that I've developed more and more over time, and that have allowed me to be infinitely more effective. And it's way more satisfying for me, and it's also way more satisfying for them, because everybody's used to talking, but nobody really, unless you've had experience with these things, nobody realizes the full potential of what is actually possible when you dig in somatically and energetically into a trauma with a technique like EFT. When used clinically, when used in the right way, it's so powerful. I still do it after 20 years as my number one thing, because it's still the most useful. It's still the most beneficial thing I've found, the most versatile, the most universally helpful thing. So that's all I want to say for now, is look within, get the support you need to really dig into that stuff and release it for real. Talking is just not enough to get all the way there for most people.